Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Fellow House members, with all due respect to Chairman Crawford and the Democrat caucus majority, I've got to tell you I'm a bit shocked and disappointed that now 2 years into the process of amending our state's constitution to give the people permanent property tax relief, to guarantee that, at least to give them the vote, nothing else, to give them the vote this November. We're now 2 years into that process. Two separately elected legislatures have had the chance to act. And suddenly, at the last moment, you're attempting to take an action to amend that constitutional resolution, which I can only construe as an attempt to kill it. I can only construe that any act to amend today, any effort other than to pass, as it passed 2 years ago, because we all know that if you change one word or one period, you go back to square one and start all over again. And instead of our citizens having the chance to vote on permanent property tax relief this November, that effort is delayed at least 2 years and maybe forever. So I'm disappointed. I was pleasantly surprised, and I gave him credit on this floor a few days ago, that when we began the Ways and Means Committee hearings on HJR 1 and the other bills that were presented to that committee, Chairman Crawford was extremely honorable and forthright in setting forth the schedule, telling us when we would vote to the day, 3 weeks early. We're going to vote on that day. He told us when we could present amendments to his office that would be considered by committee. He didn't try to deny the minority the opportunity to amend. He said, this is the schedule, and your amendments are welcomed at any time prior to 5 o'clock the night before the day that we were to vote. But he said there will be no amendments accepted to HJR 1. I want to paraphrase this, Chairman Crawford, because there'll be no amendments accepted because, as we know, you can't amend it. I was pleased. I agree. We're smart enough to make a decision on this issue today, Monday on third reading, and I kind of think the public's smart enough to make an issue. I've heard some say, well, the public isn't informed about the nuances. Well, you know, they're informed about the nuances of us to vote on us. They're informed enough to know when they go to the ballot box whether they ought to vote for Espich or not. So surely they're informed enough to know whether they ought to vote for the property tax bill or not.